Hi Virgo, welcome to your end of December 2016 General Tarot reading. Okay, a lot of drama in this particular spread. I'm doing a new camera angle, so please pardon the dust here. A lot of drama because there seems to, there's a lot of swords as well as, fiery elements with the wands. So, kind of interesting to say the least. And the overall theme is about leaving, Six of Swords, leaving leaving turmoil and choosing peace. So this, for some people, this will be in the business sense, because in the past position I get a king, which can be a boss, who may be very demanding and or kind of like detached, doesn't seem to take your needs into account, and just like this is the way it is. And maybe if that rings true for some of you, you realize that you're not being nurtured, you're not being appreciated, and you're ready to move on. This could be a person in your life. Now, it could be, you could be dating your boss, I suppose, and maybe you're leaving that environment so that you're not around him. That could be the case as well. But it can just be, it would be specifically a male who may be a very powerful individual in some way, maybe professionally, for instance, that they have a very prominent position. But whoever it is somebody, if it's somebody in your life, they, like a romantic relationship, they're possibly out of touch with their feelings. They may be very successful, but they may not be very connected to their feelings, and this isn't acceptable for you anymore. Could be an air sign or somebody with a lot of air in their chart, so that would be Gemini or Libra or Aquarius. And what comes in is the Seven of Wands. So you're protecting yourself. You're in that defensive posture for some reason. So it's very interesting, because when I think of the professional arena, you may have left. It may be just kind of reiterating that Six of Wands, that you left in order to protect yourself. But same with a personal relationship. There could be a fire sign person involved, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And that person may be helping you to get over your past relationship. You may be just deciding that you need to have boundaries. Virgo is one of those signs that people have a tendency to walk all over, because, you guys are very accommodating and also wanting to be of service, wanting to be of use to other people. And you're very good at being like an organizer. So in an office, there may be somebody who is the creative force, and you are like the, I don't want to say just like the secretary, but you are the person who does all of the day-to-day practical things. Maybe, the accountant or the, whatever. And the other person, so you're working in tandem. But, sometimes people can maybe like, because you are doing, behind the scenes stuff, they may discount what you're doing, and they may not realize how valuable you are until you're gone. The higher message is the 9 of Wands. This is a card of, in a way, I look at the 9 of Wands in the same way as I look at the 7 of Wands, where there's a self-protective part of you that wants to, prevent other people from kind of exploiting you maybe, or manipulating you. I get the feeling like some of you have had enough of something, and you're also realizing that you need to assert yourself, that maybe you were playing into this whole scenario because you didn't put your foot down. So this could be a personal relationship. If there's a fire sign person involved, it could be that person is an appropriate person for you. But it's interesting because even the challenge card is a fire sign. And I don't know if this is associated with Leo specifically, but it's in the challenge position. It doesn't have to relate to that particular sign. It could just mean that something is keeping you from success. And I feel like, according to this reading, it's because you have to, maybe your life is in a state of transition. Back in September, you had your solar eclipse. So that was a very important, powerful new beginning for Virgos. Or Virgo rising, I guess, too, it could possibly be. And so that was a story that began 3 months ago. Now we're in December, and you may have had some changes in your life. Or if you haven't, this is kind of like one of those long term influences. So maybe now is when it starts to shift for you. But there may be something that is standing in the way of your success. And it may be another person. It may be a fire sign person who you feel is thwarting you. But it could be that if you've started a new relationship with a fire sign, that the timing is off for some reason. But it's one of those cards where even in the challenge position, it still is a very positive card. So if it is if there's something in their life or your life, like if let's say you're married to an air sign, maybe that's something that you can't get away from at the current time for some reason. Just realize that it's just delayed. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen at all. And so that card is still, it could be a partial success. The advice is the Queen of Swords. So the counterpart to the King of Swords is the Queen of Swords. This is a card of really taking charge of your emotions and not allowing them to override your intuitive mind, your logical mind. Having a plan, I think, is a good thing, like deciding what you're going to do. If you have left a job, for instance, then you may have to kind of get yourself together over the holidays and ask yourself, because, and some people too, this is the time when people either leave or they find that their jobs are no longer there, or they get their hours cut. I remember working retail and finding that out right before Christmas. Merry Christmas, huh? So in any of those scenarios, you may have to really think of exactly what it is you want, and set intentions for the coming year that you want to occur. And another thing too is you're going to have a new moon in your 5th house on December 29th. So this is the house of new romance, creativity, or home business. So you may want to, of course, it's going to be during a Mercury retrograde. So that may kind of postpone some of your plans, maybe until Mercury goes direct on January 8th. But Mercury will, and Mercury is actually going to retrograde in that 5th house. So you may hear from an old lover. And when it goes direct, it will be actually in your 4th house, and it'll eventually, I think sometime in January, go back into that 5th house. So you never know. Maybe you'll reunite with somebody. Maybe that was that person, and you're going to